We start in Europe, and tensions between Russia and Ukraine have sharply escalated. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he will speak with US President Donald Trump today to discuss the details of his recent conversation with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Earlier, Russia agreed to pause attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, but President Zelensky insists the US must monitor the ceasefire. He also urged Western allies to increase support for Ukraine, rejecting Putin's demand to stop military aid. Well, just after the pause was announced, Russia launched drone strikes targeting civilian areas, including a hospital in Sumy. Zelensky condemned these attacks, accusing Russia of rejecting a full ceasefire. Meanwhile, Ukraine struck a Russian oil depot, causing a major fire. Putin dismissed the ceasefire proposal, calling it conditional on Ukraine's allies halting military support. The two sides continue their exchanges of airstrikes, causing severe damage to infrastructure. Well, joining us to discuss the latest developments in the war between Russia and Ukraine is Dr. Sergei Dvorianov, who is the Director of Communication at the BCMF BRICS Culture Media Forum, who is joining us from Trivandrum. Dr. Dvorianov, thank you very much, as always, for joining us today. If Zelensky's statement is true, and Russia has struck energy infrastructure in Ukraine, how can any world leaders, including Donald Trump and those trying to get a peace deal done, trust what Russia has said?
Good evening. Thank you so much for invitation and for this possibility to spread truth. Because according to our Russian history, even our first fundamental legal document, like Constitution, the name of that document was Russian truth. That's why we're motivated in this war not to grab any land or achieve something like proudly to be dominate. Our motivation is only achieve truth. That's why we was cheated a lot of times by, unfortunately, Western politician, Western alliance. And right now, God himself start to clarify, and the truth will appear very soon, and everybody will understand. I think that Donald Trump administration already start to know what happened actually.
Well, Dr. Dvorianov, just to interject, so what is that you're saying that has happened? Because Ukraine is saying their energy infrastructure has been struck hours after Russia agreed to a ceasefire against the energy infrastructure of Ukraine. So I'm trying to understand here what you're saying and how that relates to the strikes that Ukraine allege.
First of all, I would like to start that my personal impression that, thanks God, on March 18, Putin and Trump had their second telephone conversation. And it was 2 hours. You can see 2 hours, both leaders, they deeply in details discussed how we can achieve peace, permanent peace in Ukraine. That's why, of course, our national leader, Vladimir Putin, he's completely agree with Donald Trump proposal for 30 days, don't attack any energy sector of Ukraine. At the same time, as you know, it was a reply from our national leader, Vladimir Putin, that he told that, suggest that it should be from the Western Alliance, they should not supply military weapons to Ukraine. It's most important. And of course, they should not share some provision of intelligent information to Kiev. It's also most important. I am absolutely sure that when we will go practically to this agreement, it will be 30 days, at least first step, when Russia and Ukraine will not attack any energy sector. That is, of course, it will be, will follow to this agreement.
Yes, Dr. Dvorianov, you mentioned there, of course, Ukraine striking energy, and there was a reported strike on an oil depot. Do you think Ukraine is really in this for peace?
I think that Ukraine right now, they have no any other choice, because everybody right now understands that a main supporter during this conflict and main creator, it was Biden administration. And right now, it's completely clear. Even after the Putin conversation with Donald Trump, he mentioned in his interview to the media that there are many weapons aimed to each other, and this is a big mistake because this situation should not have happened at all if I were president. That's why is a clear position, clear understanding that right now his intention to start with a peace negotiation, with a peacemaking dialogue. We should also understand that some basic ethics principles exist, which we should definitely installate in this peacemaking agreement. It's the most important. That is like a key decision of this peacemaking agreement.
Dr. Dvorianov, thank you ever so much for joining us and for your time. That conversation, of course, between Zelensky and Trump is also upcoming, and we will bring you the latest to that as we get it.